Good morning, good morning. If you're watching from the replay, we just went through Chicago, heading to the Midwest. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Who was the first one here? We just made it through Chicago, heading to the Midwest. Expert, you're first. Welcome in. How you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. Debbie, what's up? I just made it through Chicago, almost to Rockford. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Good afternoon. Hello, hello. It is 9 in the morning here in Minnesota. We're in Illinois. In Illinois. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's doing well this lovely day. Is it Friday already? That week went fast, didn't it? Happy Friday. This is America, yes. Illinois. We just made it through the big city of Chicago, and now we are just driving. Hope everybody's doing well. I can't look at the chat too much. Philippines, awesome, welcome in. But a lot of people like to watch the drive. We're no longer in the mountains, we're more to the rolling plains. You can see the land, it's a lot more flat, a lot less trees. We're just growing our leaves now. Spring is here. You love to drive? Well, come drive me. You can drive me around. Now, I don't mind driving, but it gets a little long when you have 20 hours. So our travels was of like 26 hours from the East Coast to Minnesota, where we're heading to the Midwest. 26 hours of driving. We have approximately 6-7 hours left. Oh, did you see that bird flying over? We're over here in the Midwest. We have a lot more eagles. I'm driving, so I can't read lots of big messages. If you just type a couple words, I might be able to glance at some of it. But as you type big sentences, I cannot read them. We have to when we pull over to charge, I'll be able to read the chat more. But you can watch the drive. You can listen to me babble as we're driving down the road. But I can't really look at the chat much. But welcome, friends. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday. It's the weekend. I hope everybody has great plans for the weekend. Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing good. Nicholas, Sauger. I'm on I-80. I don't even know what road I'm on. We'll have to look for the sign. 90. We're on 90 west. 90 heading west. I kind of just let the car take me where they want me to go. I don't pay too much attention to the signs until I'm asked. But we are on 90. We just passed through Chicago and we're kind of near Rockford. This is the Tesla, yes, Model Y. We are heading to Minnesota. That is correct, expert. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here, hanging out with me while we drive. I hope everybody's doing good. Friday. I can't believe it's already Friday. This week went so fast. We started out the week in New Hampshire. It was rainy, 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 like all week long. Then we decided to leave the hotel that we were staying at and go to Vermont. Vermont was beautiful, so much green. It was unbelievable. And then I tried to go to the state parks and the waterfalls and all the things. And I went to 6 different places and every one of them was closed for the season. So I decided that it was time to go to the Midwest. Come back through Vermont next time when it's more in season. So it was, in the northern United States, it gets very, very cold in the winter and they close a lot of things down. But I never knew that they closed all the campgrounds down and all the state parks. So you really couldn't go hiking or do much in some of those places because it was all closed down. Made it kind of frustrating when you would drive an hour somewhere to go see it and then there's a big old bar across saying you can't go there. Closed for the season. That's a different colored car. It's like a purple blue mix. I don't think I've ever seen that color before on a car. Speed restriction 60 miles per hour. However, everybody drives way faster than that. We don't really on the country road, in the smaller town. I'm driving 75. Look at these people driving like so much faster than me. They're driving 85 or 90. I'm doing well, guys. Thank you guys for being here. I can't really chat very well because I'm driving. But I appreciate you being here. Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Friday. We are heading back to the Midwest for a while. Take a little travel break. Get things organized back at home. Plant the garden. I've been remodeling my house as well. We've got the majority of it done, but we have the fun stuff left, like painting the doors. I bought all new doors. We're gonna paint the doors and get them hung up, put the appliances on, like the doorknobs, and I couldn't do it over the winter time because I need the paint sprayer, and you gotta do that outside. So we also have to put the trim. So I used to have wooden brown trim on everything. I ripped it all down and threw it in the garbage. And I bought new white trim, I'm gonna buy new trim. I haven't bought the trim yet. But I'm gonna have white trim and we're gonna paint it. And we need the paint sprayer to do that. So we kind of put it all on hold till spring, and now it's springtime. So we'll be working the house a little bit, planting a garden. My friends came over while I was on vacation and plowed up the garden. So we'll be able to plant the garden soon. Wackus, Brian, hello, hello. We just passed through Chicago and now we're heading like Rockford area. Rockford, Illinois. I hope everybody's doing well. Well, that is what's going on. We are no longer in the mountains. You can see the rolling plains. There's trees, but they're sporadic. There's not trees everywhere like over on the East Coast, where we just came from with the mountains. Beautiful pine trees everywhere are now gone. Some of Wisconsin, some of Minnesota has a lot of pine trees, but we're in Illinois right now. You can see a complete difference in the landscapes. Hello, hello. Wackus, what's up? How you doing? Welcome, my friends. I can't really see the chat, so if I missed your name, I'm sorry about that. But I'm glad you're here. When we stop to charge, we won't be stopping for another hour and 45 minutes. Then I'll be able to read the chat better. Have a great day, Brian. Have fun at work. Have fun at work. We're just driving today. We got about 7 hours of driving left. 7 hours. Seven hours of driving. I'll come back. I love that. I love that area. The New England states are beautiful, and I'm not done. I never got to finish Vermont. I never went down to Connecticut or Rhode Island, and we still have to go from Boston down south for Massachusetts. So we still got areas to explore. In New Hampshire, there are so many hiking trails. You could be hiking every day of your life and go on a different trail every day. It's crazy how many hiking trails there are. So there's unlimited hiking there. That's pretty cool. It's all so beautiful. And Vermont, I don't know, we haven't gotten to see really much of Vermont. However, it was so beautiful, but everything was closed down. I wish I had known that prior. Yes, we are driving. We are driving, which is the reason I can't really pay too much attention. So I'm just randomly babbling, but I appreciate you guys coming and checking out the sights and the scenery. It's kind of fun to see the differences. There's a Corvette coming by. The differences in the landscapes from state to state are quite different, which makes it kind of fun. What's going on for the weekend? Anybody have big plans? We gotta go home, see the puppy dog. I'm sure my animals miss me. And the kids will be home. And we'll be traveling off and on. We're not done traveling. We're just taking a small break, which is a normal thing we do. We travel for a month. We just got done traveling for a month. Now we will go home for a while and then we'll go out again. Go home for a while, go out again. That's what we do. A normal part of the journey. Oh, I'm so sorry. We want world peace for everyone. World peace for all. Sorry to hear that there's problems. It is a beautiful day, Thag. It's a beautiful day. Rockford, Illinois. Speed limit 70 now. Am I going to Florida? Not right now. Yes, one habitable planet, world peace, definitely. DJ, welcome in. How you doing? We're doing awesome. We're driving back to Minnesota. As you can see, the landscapes over here are quite different than where we were. We are currently in Illinois. We've been driving. It's about a 26-hour drive from where we were. The tippy top of road tolls that we just went through. We were at the tippy top of Vermont when we decided to come home. Maybe next time we go over to the East Coast, we'll go through Canada over. We'll go through Canada from Minnesota over up to Canada and over all the way to Vermont, and then come down through Vermont, sneak over to Massachusetts and go to Boston. Go south from Boston and go over through Rhode Island and Connecticut. And then we might add another state. We might go to New York City, New Jersey, something around that aspect. So we left enough to make another route, but we won't go there probably until next year. Because the rest of this year we want to go west to the West Coast. Mad Max, good morning. How you doing? Welcome in, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you guys for being here. West Coast means Hawaii? No, not this time. Well, you never know when I'll decide to go to Hawaii. However, the West Coast means Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Northern California, Wyoming, that area, that corner. This year was dedicated to the North. Traveling in the North part of America. I've never been. We are going to be going to Montana, but not right now. We're going to take a break for a while. But I love Montana. Western Montana is beautiful. Well, my kind of beautiful anyway. I like more mountain areas. Mountains. My kind of area is really the mountains, the streams, the pine trees. The streams going through with the cabins by the streams in a mountain valley. We got lots more places to explore, but we we need balance, so we need to go home for a little while and relax. Make sure everything's good there, get some more of that work done, continue on the travels after that. We were invited down to Louisiana for the summer too, so we might go down to Louisiana. I mean, there's some places I usually go. The lakes in North Dakota, Wyoming, Louisiana. So there'll be little side travels too. Good morning, good morning. Thank you. That's why you moved to New Hampshire? New Hampshire is beautiful. I never realized how beautiful it is there. I mean, I've heard the mountains are there, but nobody talks about how beautiful they are. And the unlimited hiking trails is amazing. However, it was really, really, really rainy, and it's still rainy. Excuse me. Goodness. I slept I slept in my car last night in the Ohio Turnpike. So if you go to the Ohio Turnpike, they have these like big huge gas station kind of areas for the trucks, for the semis. And up right by the gas station is all the cars parked. I felt very good there. I slept well. You could hear the noise of the cars. I think it made me sleep even deeper or something. But I sleep there pretty much every time I go through that area, Chicago. If I would have continued through Chicago, I would have been driving till 3:30 in the morning, and I didn't want to do that. I knew I'd be too tired. So we stopped right before we got out of Ohio. And it was a good place to sleep. I sleep in the same spot pretty much every time I go through that area. And now we are on the road. Just made it through Chicago. We're almost to Rockford, Illinois. It's a beautiful day. No rain. No full clouds in the sky. They're kind of dispersed clouds. Dispersed clouds. We're still in a bit of traffic. Rockford, there's the sign, Rockford. Hurricane Harbor. Hard Rock Casino. Ooh, that could be fun. Maybe another time though, not what we're gonna do today. Well, I have two pulmonologists because I cough so much. I thought there was something wrong with my throat. At the base of my throat, at the base of your throat, in the front, there's that little divot hole at the very bottom of your throat. Sometimes it feels like there's a golf ball stuck in that area. So when I was having my heart surgeries, the doctors thought it would be fixed after my heart surgery, and that they thought that when my chest was giving me a bear hug. So I used to have a lot of chest pain to the point where I would drop down to the ground in fetal position, and it was just very, very, very painful, and it would squeeze me like it felt like somebody was giving me a bear hug, really, really, really tight until I couldn't breathe, and it would get stuck in that area. So my left ventricle, your main pumper of your heart, had so much muscle tissue growing in there that there was no room for the blood to flow. And when the blood couldn't, so your blood goes into that chamber, circles around, and then goes out your mitral valve, which disperses to the rest of your body. When there's not enough blood in that area to disperse out of your body, it will squeeze your chest. That's when you get the chest pains, and your chest squeezes you to try to get the blood pumping harder. And that's when I would pass out. But when it would squeeze me, that's when I would get the pains in my throat. And after my surgery, it never fixed. So then I had a pulmonologist put scopes down through my nose into my esophagus, checking out everything. And they couldn't find anything wrong. So then I had swallow studies and x-rays, and I had to go in these machines where they check all your breathing, everything. I had all kinds of testing. So I had 2 pulmonologists and numerous techs working with me to try to figure out what was going on and what was wrong. And they couldn't really come up with anything. Everything I passed. Oh my goodness, there's like people out in the road. So whenever there's a car pulled over, you kind of want to get out of their way. Move over, but when there's cars on both sides, you can't get out of the way. Yeah, that's what I have, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Basically, it's the muscle tissue in my left ventricle's inner septal wall. The muscle tissue grew too thick. So I had to have my left ventricle reconstructed. So they opened up my heart and cut out all that extra tissue. However, if you cut out too much tissue, you won't live. And if you don't cut out enough tissue, it won't fix all the problems. So they kind of have to guesstimate, a rough guesstimate, estimated on how much tissue to cut out. They cut out, your heart is about the size of an apple. They cut out enough tissue to be the size of a man's thumb. So if you take your thumb and cut it at the very base, that's how much tissue they took out of my left ventricle of my heart. However, they should have taken out some more because my mitral valve is still blocked, 76%. So my surgery, although it was partially successful, it was not successful completely. So they want to go back in and fix it. But I've declined to have that done at this point. I want to enjoy life for a while first. Typically, if you have too many heart surgeries, as extensive as I've had, you're dealing with scar tissue problems. And if you have too much scar tissue problems, you have to have a heart transplant. So it can, the road can get very rocky, and there's very, high chances of not surviving it. So you want to, it's hard to make that decision on what you want to do. Did I suffer from asthma? No. But it feels like it sometimes. It's just that they tested me for asthma. I don't have asthma. They tested everything, but they can't find. They just said it's post. They finalized it with post nasal drip. The reason I cough all the time and I feel like there's a ball stuck in the base of my throat, post nasal drip is what they said. After all that testing, I don't believe it because it gets worse after I eat. Different times, in the morning it's bad. After I eat, it's bad. So I don't know. I'm just a cougher. That's all. I'm not sick. A lot of people always think I'm sick when I'm coughing, but it's just part of who I am, I guess. I mean, it's livable. It's not like too crazy. Yeah, you have to make that decision, Zach. Um, I educated myself very well. I'm living a decent life right now without having the surgery. If it gets to be like my first surgery was life threatening, I had to have it or I probably wouldn't be around right now. Um, this surgery, right now, I mean, as you can see, I can still do all the things that I love to do. I just can't do them as fast as other people. So if I'm walking up, if I'm hiking, going up mountains, up inclines, or up stairs, I have to do it slower. I get out of breath. You can see that when you watch me. But you have to make an educated decision on what if you chance not making it through. And I almost didn't make it through my first surgery 3 different times. So I'm really lucky to be alive today. You have to educate yourself and make the final decisions on what's best for you and what you're willing to risk. Not everybody agrees. A lot of people like, oh, if the doctors say you need surgery, then go do it. But it's not that easy of a decision. It's easy for somebody that's not gonna have surgery and die. But it's not like I went through. It's not like I'm going through it uneducated. We don't get into politics in my stream. So if you want to talk about politics, you can find some streams that are politic driven. But we try to keep this stream more about less controversial things that aren't going to upset people. We want everyone to feel welcome and a place to come and chill and hang out and relax and enjoy the beauty of the world instead of the drama of the world. So that is why I choose not to speak about religion or politics in my stream, because they're so controversial and they divide us rather than bring us together. So I hope everybody understands that is the reasons that I don't talk about those things. World peace for everyone. May the leaders do the best that they're capable of doing with the knowledge that they have at the moment. We won't always agree. We won't always agree, but yeah, I stay away from all the controversial things. First of all, I want to bring us together instead of divide us, because having friends from different countries and different places around the world, we can really learn from each other and educate each other on different things. But world peace is the big final, hope and prayer. And there's so much drama and controversy in the world. We need a place that doesn't have it. Sometimes we have to turn away from it and walk away and find some peace and serenity. Another toll, open road tolling. So when you go under those little metal bars, they take a picture of your license plate, and the computer sends you a bill to your home, which is new technology. I don't know, it's been around for quite a few years, but we used to have to stop and put the money in the bucket every time you went through. So this new open road tolling is amazing. You can get a little device that goes in your windshield that pays the tolls. If you don't want to get a bill sent to your house, that's a nice bus. However, they just send the bill right to your house and then you can pay it. So if you lived in the state, it would be worth buying those little things that go on your windshield. But because I travel from state to state to state to state, I just let them send me bills. Easy Pass, yeah. No, that's not a Greyhound bus. I don't know that's just a private bus. The Greyhound bus, make sure that they advertise Greyhound on the side. We are in America, in Illinois, heading to the Midwest, Minnesota. Take a break. We've been traveling for a month. We're going to go home for a little while before we head out again. Because I'm traveling, I can't really read all the screen. So I hope that everybody is having a great day, a great weekend coming up. I appreciate that you guys are here with me, hanging out, making the time fly by, getting those hours clocked in. Am I a gypsy? No, I'm not a gypsy. I just like to travel around and, see the beautiful world. And I know a lot of you guys like to see it. We can't all travel because of different reasons. We might be having to work or have family at home or other obligations, medical obligations or reasons that you can't be out traveling. So I travel around and I show you the sights. We were just in the New England states. We went through Maine, New Hampshire, part of Vermont, Massachusetts, New York, and then we came through Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and now we're in Illinois. Welcome to Wisconsin. We're just heading into Wisconsin now. Wisconsin Welcome Center, there it is. You guys see the sign? Welcome, Wisconsin Welcome Center. So we're heading into Wisconsin now. We've been traveling for a month. Wisconsin welcomes you. And we are going to take a break before we head to the West Coast. We might take some sporadic travels between. I don't know yet. I'm more of a day-by-day planner. I don't plan. I kind of have a rough estimate of what I want to do in my mind, but I don't finalize things really until it's time to go. Go with the flow type thing. Our plan was to go up over to the East Coast and spend a lot of time out camping and hiking and doing all the things. However, when we got there, all the campgrounds were closed down. A lot of the state parks were closed down, so we had to make our new plan. You kind of have to just go with the flow. But it did interrupt the pattern that we had in our mind of what was going to happen. When I'm traveling, I really like to be camping, having bonfires, cooking on the fire, as well as seeing all the sights and going hiking and that kind of thing. More outdoorsy. I'm more of an outdoorsy style person. But because everything was closed down, we had to kind of reroute and rechange. And then at the end of our travels, the last week, it was rainy in New Hampshire. And then we moved along to Vermont, and the same thing, rain and closed down. Even more. So Maine wasn't as closed down. Every state is kind of its own entity. So Maine didn't close their states, their parks and such. But Vermont and New Hampshire did. Vermont was the worst of closing, having everything still closed. New Hampshire had some things open. Welcome in, welcome in. How many degrees is it here? 58 degrees. Welcome back, guys. Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing well. I can't really read the chat. I can glance at it every now and then. However, there's more cars over here, so I'm not glancing at it much. So if you're asking any questions or anything, I'm sorry I can't respond. If you guys ever send me a message and you really want the answer, and I just miss your chat, miss it, or keep missing it, because I'm not paying attention to the chat. We do have a community section if you click on my profile picture and go to the post section, I try to post daily updates in the post section, and in the comment section is our community place. So we can go there, ask questions, give suggestions, stories about your road travels or whatever. But we can communicate with each other on that section, in the comment sections under any of those pictures. It's a good place to communicate. Welcome in, my friends. Patrick's here. Patrick Clune, welcome back. I tried to find you online the day that you had an issue in my stream. We did take care of that issue, as I told you I would. That person is no longer here. But I couldn't find you. I couldn't remember your name, for one thing. But I unblocked every single person that there was so many people blocked in my stream that so anyway, FYI, thanks for coming back and hanging out. We have a lot of awesome people in our chat. We have a lot of awesome people in our chat. A lot of awesome friends. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me every day. When I'm driving, I can't really pay much attention to the chat. So if you're asking any questions or anything specific. Well, I wasn't going to Google you. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't blocked by my moderator. I hope everybody is having a great day. Weekend's here already, Friday. We'll be back in Minnesota today. This is probably in the late afternoon we'll be home. In the late afternoon. So you can see, look at the landscapes over here. It's nice, flat, open plains, lots of farmland, not as many trees. There's a beauty in all different landscapes, but it's definitely not where we just were. It is kind of, well, I mean, it's boring compared to if you're a mountain person, we just came from the mountains. We just came from the ocean. We came from the mountains. This is definitely not as exciting in view. However, it's also much needed for the crops that we grow over here. But personally, I wish I grew up in a more of a, I mean, I don't know, sometimes I'm jealous about the areas that I go to vacation. There's so much more beauty in some of the areas. But you always love more what you don't have, I think. So, I love to go on vacation to the mountains and the beaches. There's awesome things about Minnesota. One of the best things about Minnesota is everybody has a lot of space. We don't have traffic jams, and there's still lots of hiking and such. In Germany, we grow crops on the hillsides. Oh, really? That's cool. We don't have hillsides in our flatlands over here. Not many. There's a few, I guess. We're going to have a garden this year in my backyard. A summer garden. I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to have one for a while, but we just plowed it now, this last week. While I was gone, my friends went over and plowed me a little garden. 10 feet by 20 feet approximately. So we should be having some stuff in there. That'll be kind of fun. Welcome in, friends. I seen your picture pop up, artist. Hello, how are you? I can't really read the chat. There's too much traffic over here. I was being able to glance at it when it wasn't busy, but now it's too much traffic. So I can't read the chat, but welcome in, welcome in. Hope everybody's doing well. You can watch the travels if you wish. I will be stopping to charge in about an hour and 20 minutes. Razor, those little side-by-sides are fun to drive around. We take those things up in the mountains. When we go to the Bighorn Mountains, we drive those little carts. Go four-wheeling in the mountains, on the trails. Very fun. Friday. I still can't believe it's Friday already. The pizza burned your mouth? Oh my goodness. I hate that feeling. I hope it heals up fast. We gotta be careful with that cheese on the pizza. It gets kind of sizzling hot. clouds are kind of all dissipated. They're scattered around they're not really gathered together. They're just kind of glazing across the whole sky. So it doesn't look like it's going to rain anyway. They did have some pretty bad storms while I was gone on vacation. Over here in Minnesota, I had a lot of people, well, I had 4 different companies reach out to see if they could come check my roof. You know, they're trying to drum up business for the roofers. So then I called, because I got those phone calls, I called my kids back in Minnesota and asked them how the weather has been. And they said there was a pretty bad storm that came through, but it seems not to have wrecked anything. For us, anyway. Do I need a man? Is that what you're asking? That's funny. I've chosen to remain single at this point. I used to be a workaholic and work. I have been single probably 18 years. I have dated, I mean a little bit, but nobody I wanted to keep. 18, 19 years. I was a workaholic. I worked all the time. And then I got really sick and had to have open heart surgery. So now I'm healed up from that, and I'm just trying to enjoy life and see all the things that I missed out on throughout my life. See all the sceneries and go on the vacations that I missed. So I don't know, maybe eventually if I find the right person, I'll start dating again. If I find the right person. Wolf, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I'm a pretty independent woman. Most of the time when you're dating, they kind of hold you down or hold you back. They get mad if you're running around, if you're vacating. They don't want you to travel. They want to stay home. They want you to be home and cook and clean. Or you work too much, or, something. This is Minnesota. Well, no, we're heading to Minnesota. We just entered Wisconsin. We just got through Chicago. Well, we've come in from Vermont, so northern Vermont. We drove all the way from northern Vermont over to Chicago. Right before Chicago, I stayed right before Indiana before Chicago. Indiana Turnpike. That's where I stayed. And then this morning we made it through Chicago. Now we're over here in Wisconsin. If you can see, the land is very flat. It's mostly Illinois. When you get further up in Wisconsin, it gets so beautiful. There's lots and lots of trees in Wisconsin. Midwestern accent, you are correct. I'm from Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana. I've lived in all 3 of those states. Currently live in Minnesota. Currently living in Minnesota. I've been in Minnesota for quite a few years, 21 years, I think. Minnesota's a pretty decent place. There's lots of outdoor hiking, like I like to do, fishing, all the things. However, if you think about it, Minnesota has 10,000 lakes. And with 10,000 lakes, it has to rain a lot to keep them full. It rains a lot in Minnesota. It's always cloudy. Cloudy and full of rain. Not enough sunshine for me. That's probably the biggest downfall of where I live, from my point of view. Not enough sunshine. Today you went on the London Eye? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Welcome in, my friends. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for hanging with us, visiting me while we travel. Even though I can't pay too much attention to the stream, I appreciate you being here. We had fun. We were gone for a month. Did it seem like a month? Time went pretty fast. A Ferris wheel in London? Oh wow, that would be fun. Did you take pictures? Henry's here. Yeah, we're heading back to Minnesota. Welcome in, Henry. We're heading back to Minnesota. We're currently in Wisconsin. We just left Chicago. Heading back to Minnesota. We'll be in Minnesota for a while. We'll probably take some side trips. And then our next big trip will be over to the West Coast. I'm thinking probably the end of summer, early fall is when we'll be over there. We're going to visit numerous states again. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Northern California. I really want to go see the sequoia trees. I heard that there was a fire just recently and a lot of the sequoia trees got burnt down. I haven't heard the extent of them, the extent of the fire. Sammy, hello, hello. Sammy's here. I'm driving today, Sammy, so I can't really read the chat too well, but I appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing well today. I hope your new neck brace pads are doing well. Sammy's our friend that was in a car accident. Sammy likes me to tell her story. So Sammy is our friend that comes and hangs out with us every day. She was in a really bad car accident, which ended with her having really bad neck injury, and she is now a C2 quadriplegic, and she is ventilator dependent. She is in a wheelchair. She depends on her nurses 24/7. But she does have a wheelchair that she can control with her mouth by puffing and sucking air through a straw. However, the straw has to be placed exactly right so that she can control it. Otherwise, she can't move her neck in order to get to the straw because of her injury and her braces in her neck. She just recently got new brace for her neck and new pads. So as I was saying yesterday, that's probably kind of like when you get new tennis shoes and new socks, the refreshing feeling of those new pads. So I hope you are doing well, Sammy. I hope your mind is content today and you're thinking about some amazing, awesome things. We are traveling back to my house in Minnesota. We're currently in Wisconsin. We are currently in Wisconsin. So Sammy also has computers and such She can talk, and she goes to speech therapy. So it's really great that we welcome her into our community where she gets to still. I love that she's reaching out and educating the population about just reminders of what can happen in the spare of a minute. Your life can change. Welcome in, everyone. Double tap the screen if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If traveling is your vibe. There's a big bird flying across the top of the page. I think we missed it already, but back when we get to Minnesota, we have lots and lots of eagles. So we will be able to see the eagles if you guys don't see eagles where you're at normally. Eagles are a regular bird in our area. Yes, hugs and prayers for Sammy. Thank you, Sammy, for coming to see us every day. I appreciate it. I hope your new pads are doing well. I hope you are comfortable doing all the things. We are just driving and driving and driving. I can't read the chat, but when I stop to get more electricity to charge up, we have about an hour we'll be stopping. I can read the chat then. About one more hour. We're 40% full right now with charge. Minnesota has 10,000 lakes. Lots and lots of lakes. However, some are pretty small, some are big. Even though there's 10,000, which sounds like a crazy amount, you can find a lake pretty much anywhere you go. It doesn't feel like it's so, it doesn't feel like that's all it is. Minnesota. Minnesota's a pretty decent place. It's a pretty decent place. We are heading back home to Minnesota. We traveled the New England states. We left a few. We didn't go to Connecticut or Rhode Island. And we stopped in the very start of Vermont because everything was still closed down. So we left that for the next time we go over that direction, which will probably be next fall. I want to go to Vermont when when I was there, they're like, oh, you should come back in the fall. It's beautiful here in the fall. There's so many trees in Vermont. So we'll probably head that way again next year in the fall. We'll see. You never know what our plans are. They change. Sporadically, they changed. As well, I'm not a very good planner. Like, I don't plan exact details of things. I'm more of a go with the flow, go with the feeling of the moment type person. I know that frustrates some of the people that are planners. Really plan out every detail of the trip. I kind of just go with the flow and see what there is to see. Talk to the people when I'm out hiking. I talk on the trails to the people that are walking by and find out the cool places to go see, and then we go see them. It works both ways, but I find it less stressful when we don't have a permanent plan and nothing works out. Police driving by. Beloit police. Beloit? I don't know how you're supposed to say that word. Maybe it's Beloit? I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's speeding because the cop is speeding. Did you see that? Everybody pretty much started going faster. I'm going 68 or 69 right now. The speed limit is 70, and now that the cop is speeding, everybody's speeding. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you guys talking with Sammy and interacting, and thank you, Sammy. Sammy's very appreciative. I zoomed the chat in a bit so that you guys can see a bigger view of the area instead of the car dashboard. So the view that you guys see from the screen is zoomed in. Bren, you're working today? How you doing, Bren? I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a fast day at work. It's Friday. I hope your day goes fast. Everything goes well. We made it to Wisconsin, so we'll be home today in Minnesota. We're driving up through Wisconsin, and then we'll cut across over to Minnesota. We got a little house. Look at that little house. It's like almost like a cabin or something. A little tiny trailer house. Wisconsin Dells, one of my favorite places to go. Wisconsin Dells is they call it the water slide capital of the world. It's a place that I used to take my kids when they were young. Every single year we went to Wisconsin Dells. Lots of big water parks, theme parks, go-karts, kind of fun for the kids. They have the duck boats there. If you watch my short videos, I have the duck boats. And the duck boats are the military boats. They're cars that turn into boats, so they can go in water or on land. But they're perfect over in the Wisconsin Dell area because they have all that sandstone. I don't know if it's sandstone or limestone. All the the shorelines are like this rock that's compounded and layered. So I don't remember if it's sandstone or limestone or what kind of stone it is, but it's beautiful, whatever it is. And you can go see all the views of the shoreline. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. Yeah, Wisconsin Dells is a beautiful, fun. Mostly, I wouldn't go there if it wasn't summertime. I mean, I have went there without it being summer, but you can't have as much fun. It's like a little touristy town, and they make fudge. You know, they have all the little shops. They make fudge and homemade candies, and They sell all the souvenirs and that kind of thing. But the sights of the outside are pretty unique, and I love going there. I even go there by myself sometimes. Just go camping for the weekend. Sammy saying hi to Bren. You have almost 1,000 videos? Shelly, nice job. Shelly, have you been watching any of my videos and making comments on there? I would like to see your videos, but I can't follow people from this screen. So if I see you, now that I know that you make videos, I will subscribe back to you and watch your videos if I can find you. So make sure that you are subscribe or like make some comments on my videos so that I can find you. I do like to see other videos. You know, that's how I find every night I watch people's videos that hang out with me. So that's how I find people to watch their videos, by who's watching my videos and commenting. It's fun to see what other people are creating, what other people are into, especially people that are hanging with us. You know, I want like a community of fun friends. I like to learn about you guys too. That's a pretty blue car. Camry. It's one of the newer Toyota Camrys. You post artists? Awesome. We love art. We love art. I hope whoever's off work this weekend, if you don't have anything to do, you find something fun and productive to do. Go outside, enjoy the nature, renew your spirit in some way. I'll try to remember to go. You're watching, make sure you comment on some of the videos so I maybe if you go to the post page, of my profile, that's where we communicate back and forth, and you guys get updates on what I'm doing as for the stream on almost a daily basis. If you comment on the last post, the most recent post, that's the easiest way for me to find you, and I'll watch your videos tonight. I'll watch some videos tonight. I can't watch. I only watch 3 at the very most, depending on how long they are each day for people. 3 on TikTok. If you watched more than 3 in one day, it was considered spam, and then you didn't get credit for it. You got shadow banned instead of credit. So you want to make sure that you're not, like, I don't know what the rules are over here for YouTube on that part. I don't know that part of it on YouTube. I do know it on TikTok though. The trees are getting fuller, lots of leaves growing, fresh leaves. It's always fun when spring comes. A fresh new feeling, a new start for the year, for the season. So when we get back to Minnesota, we'll be doing guitar lessons again. Guitar lessons, Spanish lessons, Cleaning up the yard, trying to get the garden going. We'll probably be painting the doors and getting them finished and hung for my remodel. We got to figure out what kind of trim I want to purchase and get that started. So we got some things to work on while we're there. We'll also be going on little mini vacations. It's always fun to explore Minnesota. We have so many beautiful parks in Minnesota. So the traveling is not going to stop completely. We have been invited down to Louisiana this summer as well. I usually go over to North Dakota, Wyoming, different places. So we'll be taking random stops before our big trip. Kind of a bumpy road. Bumpy road. Welcome in, my friend. Hey, Joe. There's lots of traffic, so I can't really look at the chat at all, except for a glance at the profile picture that I know. I start recognizing your guys' profile pictures if you come hang out with me so often. I appreciate your friendship. Madison, Wisconsin. We're heading towards Wisconsin Dells area. We're gonna have to stop and use the restroom eventually here. We're still in the flatland area. Pretty flat, not a lot of trees. Pretty flat. Mosley, hello, how are you? I'm driving, so I can't really look at the chat. I just can look at your profile picture. Hello, welcome in. We are currently in Wisconsin. Almost back to Minnesota. We have quite a few hours drive left, though. We're not anywhere near. You were just at school? Awesome. Wisconsin Dells. This direction. In Wisconsin, they have rest stops. So some states are really good with having rest areas where you can pull over, use the bathroom, and grab some maps if you want maps or something. Most people don't use physical paper maps anymore, I don't think. They still try to hand them out, though. This is Madison, Wisconsin, right over here, this busy area. This morning I stopped and got one of those Starbucks Frappuccino cold drinks from the gas station. You just gotta ignore the haters that come in the chat. Sometimes people are just trying to get attention. Ignore the negative comments. Focus on the positive comments. I'm sorry that you had an experience that made you feel like you needed to leave. But people are just going to try to get attention any way they can. If they can't get positive attention, they're going to get negative attention. And that is their goal. So the best thing to do is not even acknowledge the comments. You just got to pretend they're not there, like you never seen it. That's one of the hardest things for people to learn from streaming. You got to grow thick skin and not let the negative people bother you. Most of them don't, they don't know you. They don't know anything about you, so their comments really shouldn't matter. They're just trying to get a reaction, and when you give them a reaction, they're fulfilled. They get that adrenaline rush from getting the negative reactions. And that's why they continue to be mean. It's an unfortunate thing. Dopamine rush, I guess it's called. Dopamine, not adrenaline. I can't look at the chat because I'm driving. I can glance at it every now and then, but so the best thing I would appreciate everybody to work on is just to ignore the negativity, bring the positivity and sunshine into your life. If someone makes a negative comment, we just kind of ignore it like we didn't see it. You know, when we were children, we used to have a saying that said something like, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks back on you. Right? Did you guys ever say something like that when you're a young kid? But that's in our mind kind of what we got to think about when we're dealing with negative people on the internet. You don't say it, you just think about it in your mind and keep moving forward. I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks back on you. Yeah, so in your mind, when you have the negative people talking in the chat and they're bothering you, just think about that in your brain and just ignore them like they're invisible. But a lot of people that are streaming, I know a lot of the people in the streams are bothered by those people. But a lot of people who are streamers and are brand new streamers, they really struggle with that. It's one of the hardest things about streaming. And we're all guilty of letting it get to us at some points. But the best thing to do is not give any attention. Wisconsin is the cheese state. They make cheese in Wisconsin. That's what they're famous for. I've never tried any cheese from Wisconsin. Yesterday you only saw 2 notifications from my streams? What? I think, when Zaza was here, Zaza said that I should have we should open up one of those other apps that people can join. I can't remember the name of it right now, I forgot. People can join it and then I can make announcements when I'm going live then so that everybody can get the announcements that want it. Because people don't always I don't know why they don't. TikTok was bad with putting out notifications as well. And Mama Lucy was telling me she hasn't been getting my notifications either. So whenever people tell me they're not getting the notifications, I tell them make sure the bell's on. And sometimes that's part of the problem. But other people that I know have the bell on are still having problems. Discord, yes. So I do have the Discord started. I haven't finalized it. My son used to run a Discord channel, so I'm going to have him look at all of my permissions and stuff before I make it go live. But we did start making it. I did not finish it yet. So we will start a Discord channel when I get home then, guys. And whoever chooses to be a part of that, we can do that. The biggest problem with Discord I can see is that it's another thing to manage. Getting the trolls out of there and that kind of thing. But and we sometimes struggle with having enough time to manage everything. More videos while we're traveling, but there's not enough time in the day to do everything. So we'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out. We might need some volunteers to help manage the Discord or help moderate the Discord. But we'll talk about all that this week. We're just kind of talking right now. Discord is like Facebook, it's direct messages, so you're going to get direct messages all times. Well, people are already realizing that Raz is not very good with direct messaging. You know, everybody always asks me for my Instagram account, and then they try to send messages, and I don't respond. I don't read the messages. That's one thing about me is I'm here for friendship, and I prefer my friendship conversations to be in the live stream. So I'm not very good, and I don't want to go to a whole bunch of messages asking me to date people that I don't know and stuff like that, which always happens. So that's why I really just don't even pay much attention to them. However, I don't know, we can figure it out. I mean, like if you go to my TikTok, for instance, I have probably 50,000 different people that have messaged me and sent me communications like that. So you don't even have time to like weed through them. It comes to the point where you just let them be unread messages. But if you want, so it's easiest for me if people just communicate with me when I'm able to be live stream. Unless it's a private notification that's important, then you can come to the live stream and say, I have something important to talk to you about. But then people think dating is important too. So those are the reasons that I haven't done it in the past. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We got to figure something out. If we're not getting notifications, and I'm just babbling, I'm not able to read the chat, guys. When we stop to charge in a half hour, we'll be able to discuss it. Yeah, it's weird to me because, Brent, I agree. Like people, if you really, really are serious about wanting to find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, the way to do it is not to randomly ask a stranger if you'll marry them or date them. Because more than likely you're not going to be the same type of people anyway. You kind of got to get to know somebody prior to even thinking about dating. And I would never just date somebody that I randomly met without at least getting to know their personality and know whether our worlds mesh. Because I'm not here. If I start dating again, it's never going to be date this person, that person, this person, that person. I want to date that person, like long term. So it's never going to be like high school dating, where you just sporadically date whoever and then figure out if it's going to work. I don't understand people's idea of dating like instantly. I don't understand it at all, and I never will. But it's a thing on TikTok and YouTube. You dated once from YouTube? Did you has I don't know. I mean, I don't know if people are get. I mean, if people are continuing to act like that and behave in that way, they must be getting results somehow. So they must be finding people that will date them sporadically in the spare of a moment, or say they'll date them. But I don't understand it at all. I do not. I never will. Dating is more special to me. It's more. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I would never just jump on something like that. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. You're old school, Henry. I think when we're older, we're old school, right? But there are some older people that are trying to date like that too. It's weird to me. I don't know. But anyway, regardless, I don't date like that. I have to get to know somebody to even know if I'm interested in even being their friend. Or I mean acquaintance. I everybody's an acquaintance. But to be a very close friend, you have to get to know somebody to see if your worlds mesh first. And then a dating even comes past that. Like you have to be really close friends for a while to know if you would want to even step forward into the dating scene with that person. It's just not an immediate thing for, I guess, for me. For some people, I guess it is. I think when we get older, we realize, you've already dated, and you realize that dating is more than just a word. I don't know. I take dating seriously. And if you're dating so sporadically like that, you're gonna be like in a different relationship every other day, and that's meaningless to me. Well, it takes time to build that love and trust, I think. I mean, you need a deep foundation for a good relationship. It doesn't just come in the spare of a minute. But everybody's different. I mean, that's how I am, and that's my world. I'll never be the sporadic dater. Different people have different ideas. People live different lives. A lot of times, it's more meaningful to have like really a lot of some really good friends instead of people that you're dating. Welcome in, my friends. My name is Raz. I'm from Minnesota. We've been on YouTube now for 2 months. We have been traveling for a month. We just finished traveling over on the New England states, heading back to Minnesota for a while before we head west to the west coast. So we're going to go from ocean to ocean this year. We've already been on one side. Now we're in the middle. We're going to go back and hang out at the house for a while. We'll be making some random trips throughout, but our plan is late summer, early fall to go over to the west coast. It's beautiful over there. Oregon, Washington, Idaho, western Montana. Northern California. I want to go see the sequoia trees. I've never seen a sequoia tree. But anyway, if that's your vibe, we kind of we want to have a positive community, travel. We go see a lot of sites, go see a lot of things. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. That's kind of what we're about. We added these driving streams because it was requested. People like to watch drive and see the scenic routes of America. But when I'm doing these driving streams, I don't really participate much in the chat. I try to make sure that you guys know that it's a driving stream from the picture that I put on the live stream and also the title of the live stream. So if this is not your vibe, you don't have to come to these streams. Just pick and choose the streams that you're interested in. I'm going to be doing things that you're interested in. I'm going to be doing things that you're not interested in. Just pick and choose, come and go as you please. All of the live streams are recorded. If you ever want to watch some live stream that you missed, you can go through the recordings and find the fun places. I haven't managed the playlists very well. I can make playlists, like I can separate the live streams into playlists. So we can have just the ones that we're sitting and drinking coffee and visiting in one playlist, and then the things that, because a lot of times we're going out and seeing sights and doing things. Like when I went to New Orleans, we had the New Orleans tour bus. We were on the tour bus, and then we would go out and see the sights. All that stuff is recorded, but it's way at the very bottom when we first started. So a lot of this live streams are us going out and seeing sights and doing things, and other ones are just drinking coffee, and other ones are driving. But regardless, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us on the journey. You never know what we're going to be doing next, but we always have fun. Trying to remain positive and help each other in different ways. They're working on the bridge here. Look at these big cranes. Road construction, all these cement blockages across. I do have to use the restroom. We need to find a bathroom. Find a bathroom. Road construction season is started. When am I coming to God's country? Yabba dabba doo, what's up? I can't read the chat, I'm just reading the last two comments. I can't read all the chat, so I don't know what we're talking about in the chat. Too many cars. I'm assuming that you're saying God's country is down south? Louisiana area? I don't know when I'm going there this summer when it's hot, pools are open, that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know when. My family that's down there is busy, also busy, running a couple different companies. So when the time fits for both of us, that's when we'll be there. Life is short. That's the truth. We gotta just enjoy it as much as we can, make the best of it, find the good things. Focus very little on the negative. And the blink of your eye, where, I never imagined, I still feel the same as I did when I was younger, just with more knowledge. Time goes so fast. I think when you turn 50, you realize, wow, what happened? Where did all that time go? We are in Wisconsin currently. Look the trees are getting a little thicker now. So the very southern part of Wisconsin is very flat, like Illinois. But now we're getting into the trees. And as we further go up north, it gets to be more pine trees. So the leaves are growing on these trees. When we left, they were bare, but now they're filling out. More pine trees up north. There is a lot of lovely, amazing parks in Wisconsin that we have not went to as well. Lots of waterfalls. Those are my favorite, state parks with waterfalls. But I have not had a lot of time. I haven't spent a lot of time in Wisconsin, so we'll probably do some day trips over to Wisconsin or weekend trips throughout the time that we're in Minnesota. Yeah, focus on the positive. That's what we learn in life as we get older, I think. A lot of the things that we focus on just don't matter. That's probably something that I would say to my younger self, it does matter who you're running around with. Make sure that you have positive people to hang out with and uplifting people, and focus on the positive things instead of worrying about the little things that aren't going to matter anyway. I'm still here. Thank you for being here. You're 8 years older than me? Awesome. Yeah, as we get older, we realize things that matter and things that don't matter more than we did when we were younger, for the most part. Wisconsin, the beautiful state of Wisconsin. The roads are kind of bumpy. Bumpy roads. The trees, the leaves are kind of coming in like yellowish, really light green, yellowish color almost. Then they turn like a darker green. It almost looks like fall colors when they first come out like this. We are currently in Wisconsin. For anybody that's new in here, nine more minutes until we stop to charge. In Wisconsin Dells, they just had a sign saying that they have some escape rooms. Has anybody ever done an escape room? Those would be kind of fun, but I don't know if I'd like it. It'd be kind of fun to figure out how to figure out the puzzle, but I don't want to be stuck somewhere, feel like I'm stuck. You could almost get claustrophobic thinking, I guess, if you get in the wrong frame of mind with that kind of thing. But I love figuring out puzzles. With my guardianship, with being in guardianship, it's kind of like almost being a detective. Because your clients, you can't always trust that they're being honest, so you kind of do, behind the scenes work to figure things out, figure all these puzzles out. And then managing group homes was a lot of that same stuff. Figuring out pieces of the puzzle. A lot of my old staff still call me when they're trying to figure something out to get my opinion on what they can do. How they can figure things out. Where are you, Wisconsin? I do have an Instagram, but I don't always answer messages. It's raz.streams on Instagram. Raz.streams. I'm probably going to change the name to Adventures with Raz eventually. I haven't sat down and figured that out yet, but they told me that I should change all my names to the same. So Raz.streams is what it's at, but don't get upset if I don't read the messages. I don't read a lot of messages. I don't really post on there either. Sometimes I will answer messages, but not people trying to date and that kind of thing. I'm not into that. I should have gotten a red Tesla. Look at how fancy they look with red. I like the red color. I picked a dark gray. I always have dark gray cars, but I am attracted to the red car, I think. Maybe my next car I get will be red. Since I'm a problem solver, how am I going to figure you out? That's not the kind of problems I figure out. I don't try to figure people out. I just try to figure situations out. And what we can legally do to fix them. Welcome in, my friends. I hope everybody's doing well. We are currently driving through Wisconsin to get to Minnesota. We will be stopping shortly to charge. I am going to need to find a bathroom. Sometimes there's bathrooms by the charger, sometimes there's not. Excuse me. You're trying to make me laugh? The problem really is, Joe, that I can't really pay much attention to the chat. So I'm only reading like a couple words of once in a while. When we stop, I'll be able to pay more attention. It will lighten the mood a little. Lighten the mood a little. We're almost going to be stopping. Indoor water park, Kalahari. That looks like a fun place. It's one of the newer ones. Wisconsin Dells. It's a beautiful place. This is a beautiful place. All right, step number 1 is to find a bathroom. Magic Quest, that's one of those escape rooms. We're gonna sneak right over here to the gas station, take my car out of automatic drive, I'm gonna sneak to the bathroom and go use the or sneak to the gas station and go use the bathroom quick. Stop at the red light and sneak this direction. And the cooler is full of water and ice. You can hear it slushing around. All right. Oh my goodness, these people parked so out of their orange lines. All right, guys, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back if you want to wait, or do you want me to restart this? You just want to wait? Brooke, we're in Wisconsin right now, heading to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Now, are you flooding? What do you mean? In the bathroom? Oh, a lot of rain? Well, you guys can continue to visit. Thank you for visiting in the chat. We have to go to the charger now. Heading to the charger. No exit? Oops, I went the wrong way. There's a sign that says no exit. Turn around, Raz. Exit on the east side of the building. Okay. Is this the east? I thought it was the west. I don't know which direction. We'll just go around the whole building and find the exit. Exit this way. Car wash. We do need a car wash. The windshield, I'm surprised you guys can even see out the windshield. Well, what the heck? Look at all this construction. They're refixing the roads. They're making a roundabout. Minnesota is getting a lot more roundabouts. Wisconsin is too, it looks like. All that fresh tar right there on the car. Oh my goodness. Fresh tar. It's a maze to get out. Only because they're doing construction. A hotel called True by Hilton. And that's the first time I've ever seen that company name. TRU. Oh my goodness, we got a one-way now, so we got to go around. Well, where's the charger?
Now turn left onto Hillman Road.
Oh, the car didn't want to turn left. I'm in automatic drive and it just skipped the turn. I drove right past it.
In 1,000
because I
feet,
just changed
turn
it, I'm
left
assuming.
onto East Adams Street, Miller Drive.
I just changed it. Wilderness Resort. This is a very popular water park area. Sneaky Pete's dinner show.
Now turn left onto East Adams Street.
So we are currently in Wisconsin Dells. I don't think I've ever charged in this town before. I'm not familiar with where the charger is.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Wisconsin Dells Parkway Service Road South. Then turn left onto Wisconsin Dells Parkway. Now turn right onto Wisconsin Dells Parkway Service Road South. In 500 feet, turn right. Now turn right.
Look at that diner. Denny's made a diner.
Now you have arrived at your destination.
All right, awesome, we're here. We are here. So with Teslas, you always park every other one at the chargers? You gotta skip one and go to one because two people share the same circuit. So you're gonna charge faster if you don't share the circuit that the other person is on. The car was just driving itself, so that's how it works. Sometimes it's really good, depends on when there's a lot of road construction, sometimes it questions what's going on. So you sometimes have to help it. I don't have any makeup on or anything, guys. Hello, hello, good morning. Seems like they're driving in circles. Yeah, there was lots of road construction. Where have we have arrived? Yeah, we're arrived. I'm gonna turn the air conditioner off. Charging up now. How's everybody doing? If anybody had any questions or anything, now's the time to talk about it or say it again because I'm here. I can read the chat now. Welcome in, 5 people here. Thank you guys for being here. We're having a good day, Luke. Thank you. We made it to Wisconsin Dells. We're going to be heading over to Minnesota next. And then we'll be home for a while. Home for a while. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen. Thank you for being here. Naveen, hello. How are you? Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing well. Hello. How long will it take? A couple more hours. About 4 more hours. 3 or 4 more hours. We still have some. Thank you for joining the live. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I missed most of your trip. Too much stuff going on with your own life? Well, that's okay, Luke. All the live streams are recorded, and I will be making videos. So I haven't made a lot of videos for our travels. So a lot of the travels were recorded. Gil, hello, how are you? A lot of the videos were recorded due to not having service, so we couldn't stream with them. You know, I couldn't stream when I was showing you things a lot of times because there wasn't service. So I recorded everything that we did. I'll be making videos for everything. Be good, DW. Be good. Well, we are here. If you missed anything, everything is video recorded, so you can see all the things, and I'll be making videos for us to watch. I've been in the sun, so I'm a kind of reddish color, and I also get a lot of freckles in the summer. You're a soldier for the Army? Awesome. Awesome. My throat is kind of funky. My breath is kind of... So what's everybody got planned for the weekend? Anything going on for the weekend? What is going on for the weekend? We're out next to a restaurant, a hotel. We're in this town is Wisconsin Dells. It's kind of a fun, it's like a destination, tourist destination. Your wife is coming home? Awesome. Soccer game in the morning? Your son's playing? That's cool. Soccer games are fun to watch. Shelly, all right, have a good day. Where am I going? I'm going to Minnesota. Laverne and Shirley? Excuse me. What about Laverne and Shirley? Our happy little free-range chicken and duck farm? Ooh, that sounds like a fun place. Chickens are fun. I've never owned ducks, though. Milwaukee? What about Milwaukee? Milwaukee, Wisconsin? Is that where they're from? Excuse me, I've got a cough. Milwaukee beer? Milwaukee beer. There's a beer called Milwaukee? Is that what you're saying? Milwaukee beer. I'm not a beer drinker, so I guess I'm not even familiar with that. Everybody double tap the screen. I think everybody that's in here is double tapped already. I think so. A brewery? I've never been to a brewery. They have them all over, but I've never went to one. It'd be kind of fun to see how they do it all. It's a window. It's all a window. So it's very shiny. You can see all my stuff. My cooler, see it's right there. My shopping bag, that's where my groceries are. Blankets, pillows. A big crawfish ball for Mother's Day? Ooh, that'll be fun. A crawfish boil. Awesome. Yeah, the whole car is kind of made of a window. A lot, just a frame on a big window. It's nice if you're laying back there, you can see the stars. You can see the stars. When you go to New Orleans, you need to tell the people to bring you towards Flush. Tell the people to bring me. I'm the driver, sir. Flush on, what you can see alligators. We tried to see the alligators, but we didn't go on any. I wanted to go on one of those big airboats, but we just kind of ran out of time. And the people that I was with, just not everybody wanted to go on the airboats. Can you collab? What does that mean? What are you a streamer, Coco? I don't know you, so I don't really collab with people I don't know. But I don't know what you're. What kind? What? Tell me more about you. Tell me more about you. No collab with what? An AMC. This is not an AMC Pacer, Mr. Joe. That is funny. An AMC Pacer. MJ, hello, how are you? Sakura, what's up? What's up? Welcome in. I hope everybody's doing well. You have not supposed to me? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Well, I'm a child. I won't say my age or name because my mom might get mad. Okay, well, hi, Coco. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. It's Friday today. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I'm staying. I don't care if I have to go. Where are you supposed to go, Shelly? No plans for the weekend? Ah, shucks. Barbecue for residents at the care home? Please don't rain. Oh, that'll be fun, Jason. They love the barbecue, I'm sure. Hi, Cricket. How are you? Down the food? You love your keyboard? 2:21 in the morning? Oh my goodness, Luke. Where are you? Where are you at, Luke? 2:21 in the morning. It's 11:21 in the morning for me. Australia. Awesome. Well, hopefully you can sleep. Hopefully you can sleep soon. Go watch my fish video. You'll be able to sleep. It will put you right to sleep watching those relaxing fish swim. Not too bad. We're driving. We're just charging up the car. Then we're going to be driving. Driving. Awesome. Well, thank you, Luke. We are charging up the car and we are heading to Minnesota. We're currently in Wisconsin. You're going to a science museum? Oh, that'll be fun. I'm from Minnesota. We just got off. We've been on vacation for a month. Yep, we're going home for a while. We're going home for a while. We've been on vacation for a month. I didn't want to put any makeup on today, so you get what you get. I'm kind of just a real person. I don't have to pretend I'm someone I'm not. Sometimes we wear makeup, sometimes we don't. Martin, hello, how are you? Takes about a half an hour to charge. Take a dip in the river, Mississippi River. Thank you, Juan. Siata, hello, how are you? Hola, Domingo, hello, how are you? Keep healthy to be successful, yes. Happiness and having fun is the biggest priority, really. 63 degrees Fahrenheit in Wisconsin right now. It's pretty warm here. The sun is shining. You're making a paper mask? Oh, that's fun. Kids got something planned for you for Mother's Day? We're going to work on the garden and work on the yard, do stuff like that. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I don't know what that means. What do you want? What does that mean to you, Coco? You can hang out with me and be friends with me. But collaborate? Do you know what collaborate means? Work on a project together. What kind of project do you want to work on? It's raining over here in the southwest. We'll enjoy that rain, Henry. A paper mask? Well, I can't really work on a paper mask with you. But you can make it and you can show me when you're done. Thank you, Domingo. Well, you can can you take pictures? I have Instagram. You can send me a picture on Instagram. It's raz.streams on Instagram. I'm afraid it's going to rock my potatoes. You got planned in the... Oh, the storm, you mean? Planted in the ground? Well, sometimes storms do wreck our gardens. Sometimes they do. How did the creamer go? Did you get through it? What do you mean? I don't remember what we were talking about creamer. I bought some creamer for the coffee. Is that what you're talking about? I should remember, but I don't remember. Well, there's no way to show me then, Coco, because you're too young to be on Instagram. You're too young to be live streaming. You can make a video about your mask? That'd be a good idea. Yeah, you can make a video about it. You're working hard to have a nice camera from Kenya? Awesome. Awesome. Do you make videos, Patos? Hello, my friends. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome in. I saw you busy. Oh, you excuse me. Oh my gosh, I just about choked. We bought some vanilla creamer for the coffee about a month ago. Yeah, we still have a little bit left. That's funny. We did buy the vanilla creamer. We've been traveling for a month. We went over to the East Coast. We're charging the vehicle. We went over to the East Coast on vacation. We've been gone for a month. Potatoes. Potatoes. It's just abbreviated potatoes. I think, right? I do subscribe to see, please, but using a phone, please. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I love vanilla creamer in the coffee. What's my stream's name? Adventures with Raz. Adventures with Raz. I don't like you kind of getting a secret? What does that mean? East Coast means Indiana, California? No. East Coast was Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New York. Northeast coast. So the northeast. We went to Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. See how everybody skips a space and then parks? Skips a space and parks? It is a Tesla. You have caramel syrup I bought from Costco for your coffee? Ooh, I bet you that's good. Definitely. Gracias. Thank you, Domingo. What state am I from? Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota. We're currently in Wisconsin, heading back to Minnesota. No, not every state has more than one time zone. We have 4 time zones. Well, 5 if you consider Hawaii, but in the in-state area we have 4: Pacific, Central, and Eastern, and then Mountain Time. Juanio, salute from we're currently in Wisconsin. 4 time zones in the United States, except for maybe there's 6 with Hawaii and I don't know Alaska. I don't know about Alaska and Hawaii if they're in the same time zone or not. I'm not sure. Shanae, what's up? How you doing? Because mountains need their own time zone. Well, all the mountains don't have the same time zone, but just that's what it's called, mountain time zone. There's all people in all the states. Juanio. No, they're not Pacific time zone. Pacific time zone is 3 hours difference than me, and I'm in Central time zone. And Hawaii is 5 hours difference from me. I believe Alaska's the same, but I'm not positive. I'm not very sure on. I'm glad I get to see my dog. That's what I'm most excited about. I didn't bring her with this time because I was staying at a friend's house for a while. You're a new subscriber from Sri Lanka. Well, thank you, Mohammed. Hello, how are you? We're not going to be spamming chat. This is not a religious channel, so we're not going to be spamming religion in my chat. Yeah, who knows? They said that for a while they were saying that they were going to get rid of the time zones. I don't know. I don't know if they ever will or not. People, they have to vote it out, and then people vote against it. What's this channel about? Oh, my life. It's about my life. I don't know what it's about. Travel. We sometimes just, yeah, it's basically my life and my friends. We just got back from a month of traveling over on the East Coast. We're going home for a while. So we're going to be doing things at my house. And then we'll be traveling again over to the West Coast. So I guess Alaska and Hawaii are their own time zones. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to investigate that. I don't know about Alaska, but I know Hawaii is 5 hours different than me. California is 3 hours. East Coast is 1 hour. Shanae says, I'm fine. I would like to say one thing about you. You are very kind and mercy. God bless you. Thank you, Shanae. How are you doing? How's everything going? Do I like Billie Eilish? Yeah, I was listening to her sing today with Khaled, DJ Khaled. They collaborated a song together, right? Thank you, Vishal. Have I ever been to Texas? Yes. I was in Texas this year. What's my favorite song of hers? I don't know. Probably the one I was listening to, but I don't know the name of it. It's in my playlist though. Let me look. Let's look. Here's the songs that I listen to. It should be coming up. I got a lot of Morgan Wallen in this little group right there. Look at Lovely with Khaled. Billie Eilish and Khaled. That's the favorite song from Billie Eilish, I guess. Clearwater Revival kind of girl, really? I listen to variety songs. Well, I mean, it just depends on where you go in the playlist. Somebody save me. Sound of Silence by Disturbed, that's a good song. Calm Down by Rima. I mean, I got a variety, complete variety. I Will Follow You Into the Dark, Death Cab for Cutie. Chris Brown, The Script, Train, Charlie Puth, Coldplay, One Republic. Goonie, what's up? How you doing? Let's go to page 2 and see what we have. The Script, Jason Mraz, Plain White Tees, Mumford & Sons, 21 Pilots, Depeche Mode, Green Day, Blind Melon, Incubus, Evanescence, Foo Fighters, Matchbox 20. Can you see? I have a whole variety. My Chemical Romance, Goo Goo Dolls. We listen to all kinds of things. You don't know 90% of these bands? Well, they're the most amazing bands ever. Bruno Mars. Yeah, we have a whole variety. We listen to all kinds of music. Multiple different genres. Stick Figure, The Fray, Foo Fighters, Rihanna, Justin Bieber, Ray J, Ed Sheeran. Yeah, there's Michael Jackson, Lumineers, Lee Brice, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen. Morgan Wallen's probably my favorite country singer. So you can't say I don't listen to variety, guys. Prince, there we go. There's Prince. Incubus, Prince, Michael Jackson, Pitbull, Maroon 5. I have a big playlist. You know almost all of them? Eminem, yep. Chris Daughtry, yep. We like lots of music. We love music, variety of music. But we can't listen to it on here. I wish we could. Lots of people, lots of different musicians play lots, you know, it's nice to have variety. It's a very old playlist. Yeah, I listen to the same music pretty much. Thank you, Hassan. To Ice Ice Baby. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Evergreen songs. Yeah, some of those songs will be forever with us. You can look at the negative things in life or you can look at the positive things in life. It's your choice. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be angry or sad? Zach Bryan, yeah. Zach Bryan actually is going to do a private concert for us. It's funny that you brought him up. But we do know Zach Bryan. And he's going to come to Wyoming and have a concert for us. You got 500 CDs? You know what I did? I threw all my CDs in the garbage. I threw them all away. Do I prefer hard rock? No. I don't hate Bryan Adams. I used to listen to Bryan Adams years ago, but I don't really listen to him now. But I don't hate him. Yeah, we like music. We like music. Breaking Benjamin, Linkin Park, Metallica, AC/DC. Breaking Benjamin. But didn't Breaking Benjamin just break up? Their lead guitarist left the band. Leonid and Friends? I haven't heard of that one. They're touring the US. I've on YouTube I really have been so busy I haven't been watching too many streams, to be honest, except for like in every night I try to watch some of my followers' streams. Yeah, we like a variety of music. Variety. They do covers of Chicago and that kind of music. Awesome. So there's some good cover bands. I mean, I do listen to some, but not. Sammy! I'm so grateful to see you. My nurses are sending their love to you. You just got yourself into the front room, into my front root room. I'm grateful for you and your voice. You make a difference. Thank you, Sammy. I appreciate you coming to say hello. We were driving earlier. I couldn't read your comments, really. I'm sorry. Do you listen to Spanish songs? I don't, Sagar. I don't know enough Spanish yet. Billy, trolling us. You're 15? Well, welcome in. How you doing? They are Russian and Ukrainian musicians working together. Amazing artists. That's cool. What's their name, Luke? What's their name again? Let me... Okay, I'm gonna screenshot it so I can check them out. Thank you for telling me. I will check them out. Is it Arabic? I don't know. I only know English. If you guys are writing in different languages, I don't know what you're saying. Thank you, Markel. Thank you for coming to see us on your lunch break. It's Persian? You could have given your CDs to charity? Well, I threw them in the garbage. I threw them in the garbage. Most people don't really have CD players anymore. You can't even hardly buy one. If you try to find a CD player to buy, good luck. So I just got rid of them. I don't like too much clutter. If you keep everything, you have clutter, right? No English? Well, thank you for being here. It helps me to talk about my accident and neck, neighbor, so badly, your neck was so badly broken, and now life as I care for other people, and you help me. I'm so grateful for your voice. You're welcome, Sammy. Thank you for coming and hanging with us. We appreciate you. We appreciate you being here. You got a 9-track player? You do? Oh my goodness. I got rid of all my books too. I have digital books now. I got rid of all the books, got rid of all the videos, VCR tapes, CDs, all the old stuff I got rid of. Out with the old, in with the new. I'm gonna go and get some sleep. Well, good night, Luke. If you can't sleep, turn on my video of the fish. I'm glad you are sleepy now. Thank you so much, Luke. Have a good night. 8-track player? What about the 8-track player? I mean, yeah, I don't have any. I don't even have a CD player at my house. I don't know, Sagar. No idea. I'm obsessed. If I let go of possessions, I feel like I'm forgetting part of me. That's not me. Nope. I'm not attracted to things. Some people do have an attraction to things like that, but I don't. I don't like clutter, so I just throw things away or give them away or. Thank you, Fenner.
These are both the waters. There's a teaspoon we can look at.
Everybody's hungry now.
I hope everybody's doing well. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get off the stream for a little bit. I'm gonna go grab some food at the store, so it's made before we're done charging, and then I will put the stream back on as we continue to drive. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being my friends. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you guys so much.